welcome, welcome! If you follow us in this channel, you know that we recently purchased a property in Portugal, in Alentejo, and today I'll be walking you through what we've been up to, how demolition is going, what are the things we started working on, so let's go! So let's start here. The first thing we started doing is taking off the floor, the wooden floor, because it was full of little bugs. I don't know how you call them in English. Here they call it caruncho, that kind of eats through the wood. So we had to remove that. And as well because we have some humidity coming from the floor. This is a phreatic area where there's a lot of water underneath the floor. So you start seeing some of that water coming through, and that's called salitre. And that is an issue that we have here. We are aware of it and we know what needs to be done to be addressed. We'll talk about it in the future. So let's take a look. So if you remember, this used to be wooden floor, this kind of wooden floor, but it was already being eaten by bugs. So we remove it completely. You can see here, it's all gone. So the idea here is to remove it, clean it, and then put the material on the bottom to kind of block the humidity that comes from down. And then put the cork floor that you guys are helping us decide. Thank you for all the feedback. Here you go. So this graffiti that you see in the wall, it's intended. And this is the way we are doing with the electrician, is we are walking through the house and making note of where do we have an outlet, where do we want the lights, and so on. So that's going to be a bed in there, so we want to have outlets on both sides, and we also have a light up there. So let's keep going through the other rooms, just taking a quick look. You can see everything removed. Lots of dirt, but it had to be done. Here we go, the last room as well. We've been removing all the floor, and you can see here we started making notes of all the outlets and everything. In this case, the bed will stay in this side, so we want also outlets here. So let's show you what we've been up to in the kitchen of this house that we bought here in Portugal. We had some original plans, but guess what? As the construction started, the demolition evolved, we changed our ideas. So let's show you what we've done and what was our change of ideas. So let's take a look here at the kitchen as it is right now. As you can see, we pretty much removed all the cabinets, everything from here. Removing that sink was quite a quest because it's massively heavy, so it needed to be done carefully, but we were able to actually get it out without breaking it, so that's exciting. We'll use it in another location in the house, but we are excited to have it in one piece. So here we are in the kitchen, removed all the cabinets, removed that massive thing that was in there. I don't know how to call it, chimney. Yeah, that's the name, chimney. We removed it because it was just way too big for the small space of this kitchen. And then here you go. It's starting to look as an open kitchen living room. Look at the space now. It's like so open and so awesome. I'm just gonna put myself in the corner of the kitchen and just look at it now compared to before. It's just incredible. The amount of light, the feel of space. So that tiny little kitchen is gone, and now we have a big kitchen. So the plan next is to take out this one and this one here and just walk into the living room that has a fireplace. And also start removing this one here because we want to grow this living room because it's not really it's not really wise. If you put a sofa here and something else, is already really crowded. So this wall here needs to go. Plus it's full of humidity, so that's one way of getting rid of it. Let's take a look here We started already doing a little bit of the hole, as you can see, just to also understand what we want to do with this window. We are thinking of moving it to this corner so we can really take the light from the garden. So let me show the garden here outside. So as you can see, we have all this wall here that has a clear view into the garden. So this is where we want to put the new window and close this one out. No one really wants to see feet going up and down the stairs, not interested. The interested part is just to observe here the garden, which now is full of debris, but imagine it full of flowers, plantations, awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go back here to the open kitchen, giving you a different perspective. So now I'm looking here from the living room into the kitchen. And one thing that we realized actually is it was a call out from our builder was, first of all, he said, don't remove this piece. You can use it to put a beautiful stone on top and can be the place where you're giving breakfast to the kids. We said, awesome. And then since the bricks are in a pretty decent shape, we are planning to see if we can clean it as much as possible and leave them exposed. That would be super cool. But then he said, why don't you completely clear this wall? Take it all out and just grow completely your kitchen all the way into the pantry. And we thought, whoa, why didn't we think about this before? We were just so caught out on the idea of having an open pantry with everything showing and so on, but you didn't really wanted it to be seen from the living room, that we were actually losing space because, okay, maybe you don't get your open pantry with looking at everything that's in there when you go in, but you get a massive amount of space because look at it. It is considerable extra space that you get in the kitchen. So now I'm on the absolute other corner and look at this. You gain quite a bit compared at being here. So we said, awesome idea. We're glad you shared it with us. And let's just take this one out, take the top if we can as well, if it's feasible, take that out and just grow into here. So this is going to change a little bit our kitchen ideas, but for the better. Nevertheless, it's all changes for the better. So what we're thinking right now, and as always, we are open for your feedback. Let us know what would you do with this space. If you have other ideas, we are always listening. Thank you. So our plan right now is run a really big counter all the way to the bottom, and then probably have cabinets all the way from the bottom to the top, so we can have the pantry, so we can put there like a fridge, embedded fridge, and so on, and we get this nice extra wall that we can put something. So everything is open, full of possibilities. Remember that super tiny kitchen? Look at it now. I mean, a world of a difference when you remove some walls. It's truly worth it. And this was done pretty quickly. This was like done in 2 days. They were able to remove all this wall, remove all of this, and start taking this out. So demolition seems to be really, really fast. Now let's wait to see how long it takes us to actually rebuild this area. That's what everyone tells us, is that demolition is super quick, but getting the details right and putting everything to your satisfaction, that's where the time gets going. So outside things are looking quite different than they were before. Let's take a quick look. Let's take a look at something new we have here, which is a garage door. Hooray! Gives us access to this back alley. This is going to be really handy to get materials for the construction. Here it is. Excited about this one. It's going to be super helpful to get all the construction materials. Thank you so much for watching until the very end of this video, showing you the updates we made on this renovation. Since you watch all the way to the through, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sneak peek into the kitchen area. So we are fast forwarding into the future and you're getting a glimpse of how it is going to start to look. So it all started with this drawing, where I had the vision of having this big wall of cabinets, tall cabinets, have everything hidden, the fridge, the pantry, and so on, and then having a really long countertop where we can cook easily, have space, plus have that secret cabinet in the corner where we can hide a lot of our small appliances. So here you go, a glimpse into the future. This is the kitchen, almost finalized. We'll give you much more details of how we arrived at this state, what were the decisions we made and why. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and you will get always notified when we publish a new video about a renovation here in Portugal, Alentejo. Thank you so much for watching.